What's going on, my good people? This your boy Life Up the Entertainer here to bring you some action between Tuskegee and Winston-Salem. This is going to be interesting to see both of these bands go head to head at each other. Two different divisions, but I'm very excited to see what they're going to bring against each other. These bands love to go head to head against each other. Both of these bands are pretty good, okay? One thing I would say about this before we get into the action, there was no zero quarter and there was no fifth quarter. I know y'all see the stands in front of me, but that's because that's during the game. I'm not grading stands as far as that because not all arrangements are strong. So if it's a fifth quarter, then I'm expecting their best. So there's no fifth quarter, okay? Just want to throw that out there, okay? So we are grading their halftime performance, okay? And so that helps me determine who won, okay? So basically, you know, these records also go into something unique, you know, it goes into a tier list. So please look above what I'm talking about. You can click on that to see what I'm talking about. But the tier list is for the bands to highlight their strengths for the year, okay? So, you know, it gives band directors an indication and bands an indication of what they need to work on in order for them to thrive for the next upcoming year, okay? So that's the whole purpose of me doing the records, okay? Now, both bands have not had a record for me yet, so you haven't seen a record underneath them, but you will be seeing a record today, okay? So a band will either lose or a band will win, okay? Sometimes it's a tie, and if it's a tie, both bands win, okay? But it kind of depends on both bands, okay? So, with that being said, what are we grading? Look to the cards next to me so you know what we'll be grading. We're going to be grading entrance, songs, formation, dancers, breakdown, and creativity. Maximum points they can make all together is 25. With their creative, it can move up to 30, okay? If a band is able to successfully get a 25, I would give them a perfect field show rating. That's just me giving them praise, okay? But whoever has the strongest field show will receive a dub, okay? One thing I would add, by the way, just to give y'all confirmation, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing so y'all can see more content like this, okay? I grade all HBCU bands from the Mac to the Meek, SWAC, Seek, you name it, and they will be getting a tier list, okay? So please be a part of this family, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna shut up. Let's get into the action, okay? I think Tuskegee is gonna be first, okay?
Hey you, are you enjoying this video? Help support Lamic's videos by subscribing to this channel. Click that red subscribe button and that notification bell right now. One more thing, do you like this video? Prove it, motherfucker. Hit the like button right now. Hit that like button and subscribe to Lamic's videos right now.
Your drum majors.
Tuskegee is first.
Our mom.
If you get stuck on the melody,
2025, 2026, head drum major, Christopher, prototype, Baron. Ladies and gentlemen, show them some love.
Homeboys just standing up right all up in this picture.
On behalf of our president, Dr. Mark Brown, and interim director of bands, Professor Rick Oglesby, I present to you the Tuskegee University Marching Crimson Vipers.
I like the taps they had.
For your listening pleasure.
We got a back view. Hallelujah. Nike chick. Shout out to them from playing one of my songs on my hidden list. That's pretty dope. That's my shit. Formations look really good. Seems like Tuskegee got bigger this year. Okay. They did that. I just sat down. Yeah. Friday.
Execution.
Yes, indeed. They got that perfect field show rating. Yes, indeed. I enjoyed that from them. Everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. They got a 3 in creative. They just needed 2 more creative points for me for them to have a perfect 30. But real good field show. Very, 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 very strong. Very, very, very strong. You know, I know we had a person kind of blocking the field view, but from what I can tell, it looked like everybody was marching 8 to 5. It looked like it was no hiccups at all. You know, so I mean, I can sit there and look at it all day, but from what I can gather, from what I can see, there wasn't no 8 to 5 issues going on. It looked really good. And I think they did the Nike check too, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what they did. But yeah, man, that was nice. That was nice. That was really good. That's what you call execution right there, man. They was putting in that work on that field. Okay? So I don't know what Winston's gonna do, but that's a hard thing to beat. They got 28. That's Tuskegee got a 28. Alright, so I'm excited to see what Winston's gonna do, but Tuskegee showed out. Tuskegee showed out. I gotta give it to him, man. That was nice. Alright, moving on. So, before we click on the next video, if you like this type of video, please consider liking and subscribing. Also, I have a membership program. With that membership program, I'll be grading all HBCU battles from the 90s on up. That's right, from the 90s on up. It's $2 a month. Again, it's $2 a month. And I'll be grading drumline battles, pass battles. You'll be able to control what more would you see from me. You know, you'll be able to have a set of emojis from me. So you get a lot of perks being a member, okay? But if you feel as if you still want to be generous and still donate to the channel, please hit that thank you tab below. But all proceeds will go to me affording YouTube Premium. Again, that's YouTube Premium. With YouTube Premium, it helps me not have random commercials pop up out of nowhere. And sometimes those commercials can be a little annoying when I'm reacting, and I know sometimes it can irritate y'all too. So, but I just wanted to give y'all fair warning. That's what YouTube Premium is for, so we don't have to worry about that. So you and me, let's make this channel great. I appreciate you in the long run. And even if you want to go the free route, look, liking and subscribing goes a long way. Alright? So, with that being said, let's get to the action. Winston's next.
You.
Winston-Salem taking the Rusty Ram fans, make some noise! And now get ready for the real halftime show. We are Tuskegee, take notes.
Some 8 to 5 issues there. Some 8 to 5 issues there. small amount of 8 to 5 issues. Got the energy. Get that a grade. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. So let's get my score calculated here. We're going to express how they did. So, creative is a 3. Entrance is a 5. Songs is a 5. Formations, I'm going to give them a 3. Dancers, I'm going to give them a 5. Breakdown, I'm going to give them a 5. Okay, so was it enough? was it enough for them to pass? Okay. They got a 26. So it was not enough to pass, but let's see how they stack up against Tuskegee. Alright. So, who won this battle? Who had the strongest field show? Alright. Alright, so before y'all get in y'all feelings, this is nothing but love here. There's no favoritism involved at all. I love both HBCU bands, and I want to see them thrive. All they got to do is just rectify the small things, okay? So, I'm going to give my critique for both bands, and then I'm going to express who won. When it comes down to Tuskegee, they did very good. The only thing I would add for them is that they just need to give me just a little bit more creativity. But everything else, they was hitting. When it comes down to Winston, what killed them in the battle was their formations. The squads were not marching 8-5 as they should. So it was some people either lacking or behind, either if they was doing the step-ups or what. But you got to have confidence, and I would want them to have some more creativity as well. Okay? So, with that being said, Tuskegee won this battle. Okay? Tuskegee was up by 2 points over Winston in the halftime. Okay? And I will have to give that edge to Tuskegee. Okay? Tuskegee just had a stronger show. They did. I feel like they utilized their field really well.
Victory!
I couldn't spot any 8-5 issues with them. You know, everything else was solid with them. You know, my thing is this, you know, and this is one thing I want to highlight, you know, there's always a chance for these bands to do better, you know, both of these bands. You know, I want to see them have trophies by their names too, you know, and for them to get a trophy by their name, they have to have a perfect 30. So, you know, just to give them the extra incentive, y'all add that creativity, be unique with y'all field show. That's all that matters, you know. But with that being said, y'all, you know, I think we enjoyed this battle. I appreciate y'all for watching this with me, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So, with that being said, Tuskegee won this one, and like I tell y'all always, deuces.